I hope you're having a wonderful day. We just got back from taking our dogs to the vet and got judged so bad that I don't know if we're going to go back there, but that's not what this obviously is about. Um, a couple weeks ago, I know that I may have talked about this before and you've heard it on another video, but maybe some of you haven't, so I'll talk about it again. I went with David to his therapist appointment, and I flat out told her that I diagnosed him with borderline personality disorder. And I had my phone and I read off all the symptoms that indicate borderline. And we feel that where we used to live, um, I had the psychiatrist for 11 years, and I believe he was seeing her for 4 or 5. So, of course, she got to know me. I was diagnosed with borderline and bipolar and ADD as well as PTSD. And so, for like 20 years now, at least that, more than that, I've had bipolar, and then eventually I was diagnosed with borderline personality disorder. So I not only know about it, I live it. I've done research about it. It's very difficult, especially when you have bipolar. They like to cross paths and not play well together. So before we moved to another state, um, David was diagnosed with rage, and I didn't buy it. I know what rage is. So I just am like, okay, I have my own problems. So if that's what she thinks, because I trusted her, if that's what she thinks, okay. And she was leaving the practice. So we feel like she just slapped on a sticker that said, this is what you got, cut and dry. So over the last, I don't know, a couple months, it's only been a couple months, I've been observing him and his behavior. And I'm like, this doesn't seem like rage to me. If you look up rage, it's, in short, violence and just not him. So I thought about it for quite some time and observed. And like I said, knowing what I do, because I myself have both of those, I know what to watch for. So I went with him on his second last, his therapist is leaving. And the second last one, I went along with them for the very first time and the very last time. And I had my phone and I had a screenshot of the symptoms of borderline personality disorder. And I said, can I just talk first? Just because we need to get this out of the way before we run out of time. Because if you're in therapy, you know that it's just like that and it's over. You don't get to talk about things that, you have to. So she was nice and she let me talk. And I read it all to her. And I said, he has borderline personality disorder. I said, he's got this and this and this. And I went and read off every bit that was in that screenshot. And, it wasn't from, Captain Kangaroo. Oh, God, you have to be pretty old like me to know who that is. But okay, fine. It wasn't from Pokemon. This was from Mayo Clinic. So she took notes on it, and then he saw her one last time, and they talked about it some more, and she agreed. She said, I do believe you have borderline personality disorder. And it is a difficult one to say, especially when you have bipolar, because they don't play well together. Some of the things can be disguised as a symptom of the other and things like that. So, sorry, I've been sick. I know I say that every video, but it seems like I've been sick a lot lately. And I call my doctor, and she doesn't call me back, like, ever. The only way I get her attention is if I go, and then she sends me to the ER. I plan on switching doctors, but for right now, David is what's my priority. And he also is switching doctors from her as well for the same reasons. So anyways, she agreed that he is borderline, and now he's going to be getting a different, I don't know if he's getting a different psychiatrist as well, but I know he's getting a different therapist for sure. So those notes are going to get passed on to her. And, on the way home from the vet, we were talking about it. And I was pulling up my phone and reading things because she's trying to say that borderline has mania. And I'm like, no, that's bipolar. And I looked it up, and borderline does have some mania, but not the same as bipolar. And I'm trying to explain the difference to him. And I said, why don't you just ask the professional who has the degree, like the vet was telling us we were doing everything wrong with our dogs, which she examined them, and Stormy are really mellow. He's a golden doodle who the vet tech, she's like, no, he's a golden retriever. And it's like, no, he's a golden doodle. And she said, I've never seen a golden doodle look so much like a golden retriever before. And you figure she works there. She sees dogs and, stuff all the time. So we had to laugh. So I told her that I usually don't tell people he's a golden doodle because I don't, and anybody who has one, it's no offense. I don't like golden doodles because they usually have the curly face, and it's just not something I find attractive. My lights are dark. Oh shit, I gotta take this. Okay, so anyway, I was interrupted by a phone call. Wow, I don't know what to say. David got a new therapist, and he sees her tomorrow at 2:45. I see her at 11:30. And then he said from there, we should be able to set me up with the psychiatrist. I want this more than anything, as you can just imagine, after what I'm being put through right now. However, most facilities don't allow you as a couple to have the same providers because of conflict of interest. Now, do we just play it off that we don't know each other, which is kind of hard to do because they're going to figure it out just by what we say? Shit. I'm just going to go. And I'm going to go with it. We've had the same providers before, only because they knew me and they would talk to the therapist, they would talk to the psychiatrist, and because they knew me so well, they're like, I don't think that there'd be any conflict. I don't think there'd be any problem whatsoever. So we had the same people, and it wasn't a problem. They don't know me. They don't know him. Shit. So I just told him, it was the coordinator. And I just told him that when we moved down here, I really didn't have any choices, that they didn't have any openings. They didn't have anybody. And now they only have 2 people and openings. It's crazy. And I said, you know, if you think real hard, you're probably going to be able to figure out real quick where I'm coming from, why I want to switch. Because I know where I am, there's a boatload of therapists. There's a boatload of openings because of how shitty they are. And I know that where we're going, they're great. And I didn't reveal to him that David is going to be going there tomorrow afternoon. So I guess we'll just roll with it and probably kind of hold back that information until, this is pissing me off. Isn't there always something pissing me off? That's even worse. Maybe that's better. I'm so OCD about my lighting. Oh God. I think it's because I have hello, nice to meet you. I think it's because I have, fuck it, whatever. Because I have the drapes open and a lot of natural light is coming in. God, that's horrible. No, I'm sorry. I'm just freaking out. I don't know how we're going to handle this. Well, we're going to handle it. I think once we're into it, they're not going to be able to back out. You know, so like I'm going to go in and talk about myself, talk about my problems, talk about that I've been in counseling for 39 years, that, you know, previous incidents, maybe medications that I've been on, trauma, you know, it's only like an hour or 45 minutes. So it's only that long. This one may be a little bit longer. But I'm just going to go about it that way and let things get rolling before we reveal who we are. Although sometimes on the paperwork they ask, then you're in trouble. Then I don't know. I guess I'll figure it out tomorrow because I get to go first and I'm the brains and he's the brawn. And we'll just play it off because around here, their mental resources are so few. There just isn't much. So I'm just shitting because, you know, I'm in the middle of doing this and my phone rings and I see who it is. Because this weird thing happened. David and I got new phones. This doesn't have anything to do with it, but it sort of does. Him and I got new phones, and for some reason, when he switched his stuff off his phone, somehow, I don't know how, all of his contacts went into my phone. So I don't know how that happened. So I have all of his contacts. So I don't have his therapist in my contacts, or should I say, I didn't, and I do now. So all of a sudden it came up, and I'm like, oh, maybe they're calling for him. And all of a sudden he asks if it's me. And I'm like, yeah? Well, I understand you wanted to get in, You wanted to come and see us, right? I don't remember calling, but I'm like, yeah. Well, we have an opening tomorrow morning at 11:45. I'm like, okay, that sounds great. I'm all excited because I want to get the hell out of where I am. I want to get the hell out of there. I can't stand it. Whoa. Now I need a drink, and I don't drink. I'm from the biggest alcoholic state. You look it up and I'll tell you a different state, but the state that drinks the most, so they say. And I'm just shitting pink Twinkies here. I'm over the moon, scared to death. I don't want them to find out who we are until they're so deep into it that, yeah, they can back out. But I don't think they would. I'm tripping. Anyway, I know I gotta still call my doctor for my legs. I mean, worst case scenario is amputation. Then I really could park in the handicap zone. Maybe then my disability would go up. I doubt it. But no, I gotta figure out how to process this. I gotta figure out how. I mean, I'm happy. I'm over the moon. I can't wait to get away from where I'm at. But I'm scared about them finding out too soon who we are. It sounds so ridiculous. But anyway, yeah, I'm going because I need to get out of here. I need to process this. I got to talk to David. I already sent him text messages on WhatsApp, but we need to talk about this. I have to make sure he gets his shit together, gets things right, doesn't blow it. I am just freaking out because this is what I wanted. And even his therapists and stuff would say, send her over here. Have her come here. But that may be when they had more providers, but I don't think so. So I hope that I helped in some way. I don't know how. I'm so distracted right now, so I apologize for that. I really hope you understand, and I'm sure you do. Maybe I'll do a video later tonight. I don't know. I don't know. So you have a good rest of your day, and I will see you. Yeah, it's my birthday tomorrow, so I'll see you near soon. That was a really good pun. No, you take care. Please subscribe. I would love to have you follow this saga. I mean, it's insane, and it's about to just, it could go either way. I'm just shocked. I'm just shocked. So, tell me in the comments what you think. I would love to know. Whether it's about bipolar, whether it's about borderline. I'm going to put this in the, I got it, sorry. I'm going to put this under or on several playlists because it pertains to several subjects. I should just have one called Batshit Crazy because that's how I feel half the time. So I'll try to get my lighting straight, At night, it seems to be a little bit better. I don't know what's going on. I'm in a tailspin, so forgive me. And please subscribe. I would greatly appreciate that. And, the more people who learn about mental illnesses, the better for us, because then we'd be more accepted. So take care.